Welcome back to another episode of DAS with your host, Sean Mack. And today we're going to be discussing a topic that's near and dear to me. This is the reason I started Death After Sports. This story about Arturo Gatti. On July 11 of 2009, Arturo Gatti was found dead in his hotel room in Pernambuco, Brazil. His wife was initially arrested for his murder, but then subsequently released. So let's take a deeper dive into the death of Arturo Gatti. If you like today's content, make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the video. So let's go. Arturo Gatti, better known in the boxing community for his battles with Mickey Ward. They were classic. They were epic. Also known for his devastating loss to Floyd Money Mayweather. It was horrible, but it was a lesson. He had a total of 49 fights, 40 wins, 31 of those wins by KO, and a total of 9 losses. He was a soldier. But on July 11th, 2009, Gatti was found dead in a hotel room in Pernambuco, Brazil, where he was on a holiday with his Brazilian wife, Amanda Rodriguez, and their 10-month-old son. He was 37 at the time of death. Gatti's wife was initially charged with the murder after Brazilian authorities ruled Gatti's death a homicide, but after a coroner's autopsy report was released, it was declared that he took himself out by hanging, and charges against his widow were dropped. Gatti had a history of suicidal threats and had previously attempted suicide in 2006. On July 31st, 2009, it was announced that the Canadian government would be seeking more information from the Brazilian authorities on Gatti's death. Gatti's family confirmed that there will be a second autopsy done in Quebec. 2 independent investigators hired by Gatti's longtime manager, Pat Lynch, released a statement in September of 2011 that they believe Gatti's death was a murder. A contributing factor to their conclusion was an injury on the back of Gatti's head that they believe could not have been self-inflicted. After receiving the independent investigators' findings, Brazilian authorities again concluded that Gatti's death was self-inflicted. At the family's request, a Quebec coroner agreed to exhume the body so that 2 pathologists could conduct a second autopsy. After completion, the pathologists ruled that there was, quote, no evidence of foul play, end quote, and expressed doubt at the conclusions reached by the private investigators hired by Gatti's manager. CBS's The Fifth Estate and HBO's Real Sports with Brian Gumbel both interviewed witnesses who stated Gatti assaulted his wife in public the night before his death, and that the 2 injuries to the back of his head came as a result of Gatti fighting with a passerby who attempted to intervene. I like doing these, but then again, I hate doing these. I tell you, boy, rest in peace to Arturo Gatti. That whole situation was just banged up. But as always, I came bearing receipts. Got him. So just be patient with me and we're going to get on out of here. All right? Got some points here. Arturo Gatti and his wife, their marriage were on the rocks at that time. And check this out. A few months before his death, they were going through some things. She convinced him to sign all of his net worth and earnings over to her. I find that suspicious. Fellas, if you're going through some stuff with your wife and she asks you to go on a vacation so we can reconcile and make things better, but make sure you sign these you sign over this paperwork just in case something happened to you. I get everything. Nothing to the son. I control everything. Nothing to your mother. So I found that to be very fishy. I hope everyone out there would find that to be kind of suspicious. Number 2, crime scene. She had to have had help because the position that they found him in, no way this little lady would have been able to put him up there. I got to be very careful with my words here because of YouTube, but no way she could have put him up there by himself. And then later, the belt actually snapped. So when they came in, everyone knows the infamous picture of him lying there on the ground, which I won't be showing here on YouTube. It's too graphic, and I like my channel. But it snapped. And even the Canadian authorities said that it was something wrong with that she couldn't do it by herself. So this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say happened. This is what I believe. I believe they were going through some things. She saw that maybe he was gonna just leave and bounce, and once again, put him on child support, put him on alimony. But that wasn't enough for her. That wasn't enough. She had to. She planned a trip. She said, "We're gonna go back to my homeland of Brazil." He's from Canada, for those who don't know. We're gonna go back to my homeland of Brazil, and let's make things work again. Let's rekindle what we had when we first met. That first that probation period is always fun in a relationship, right? But hold on, before we go, make sure you sign over all of your earnings and your will, and will it test? Give it to me. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with it, or if you're gonna leave it to your mother or whatever, but give it to me just in case something happened. That should have been red flag 1 and 2 for Gatti. But I guess when you have a child with someone, you just want to try to make things work out. And I don't know, maybe they should have interviewed the guy that they said he had a fight with when he was fighting her. The guy tried to intervene, and that's how he got the laceration on the back of his head. Get that guy. Talk to that guy, not witnesses. So I also believe that since it was in Brazil and it was her homeland, one thing about Brazil, they don't like to have people in their business. It's always stuff happened over there, and they're like, no, we're going to not say that it happened. We're not going to talk about it. They don't like to shine a light on their on that tourism. They don't want to shine a bad light and have people not coming in because of the tourism, saying people have been murdered and things are happening there. So I think it was a cover up. I think she had someone to help her, probably somebody, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, allegedly a family member, because no way that little lady could lift a grown man up by herself, not at all. And it was known. So let me get out of here. I'm taking too much time. The private investigators from Canada even said this themselves, that it could not have been done by one person, and he did not off himself. He had to do it with help. But the Brazilian authorities got back that information, but they stood fast, and they wanted to stay fast on what they said. And they said, no, we don't accept your findings. We believe that he actually took himself out. Boy, she got a mouthpiece on her. She talked herself out of murder. She was initially arrested for this murder, for those who don't know. So I want to know, what was the evidence enough for them to arrest her before she started running her mouthpiece in the precinct and was able to be let loose and get out? That's just amazing to me. I don't know what to say, gentlemen. Cautionary tale. This has happened too much. Not sure where we're gonna go as men from here, because I hear this story at least once a year, famous or not famous, someone taken out, and vice versa. It goes both ways. But this is Death After Sports. I'm gonna do them on what I feel like doing them on, and that's Arturo Gatti. I also have one with your early love, young lady in college, played lacrosse. She was getting stalked. I'm going to follow up on that one as well. But this is one of the first stories that I did. This story actually made me want to do Death After Sports, and this is why I did Death After Sports. Was the first one was Arturo Gatti, because it just icked me the wrong way how they took her out and he was gone and that was it, and they let her go. It baffles me. But that's what happened when you go to other countries, right? So you got to be careful. He's from Canada, nice Canada. South Park. Everybody loves Canada. They do nothing wrong, right? Nice people. He went to Brazil. They got some vultures out there sometimes, and look what happened. I think she had a lot of help from authorities, maybe some family members there, or you never know who she paid to help her out. But she was initially arrested. But I'm gonna get on out of here. Long story short, these O's ain't loyal. These O's ain't loyal. Rest in peace to Arturo Gatti. Sorry that had to happen to you. But your legacy is etched in stone. The fights with Ward, all the battles that you've had, even the loss to Mayweather. It's a part of your history, and we miss you. Rest in peace, brother. So if you like today's content, make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the video. I've been Sean Mack, and this is Death After Sports. Arturo Gatti.